The moment your channel starts showing even the smallest signs of growth, something shifts inside you. A realization that this is no longer just an experiment or a random attempt, but something that has potential, something that can actually turn into a system, a source of influence, maybe even income. And that realization brings with it a new kind of pressure, because now it's not just about creating videos, it's about making them better, smarter, more impactful. And this is where most creators either level up or burn out, because growth introduces complexity, and complexity demands strategy. At this stage, you begin to notice something that beginners often miss. Not all views are equal, because some views come and go without impact, while others convert into subscribers, loyal viewers, and long-term engagement. And this difference is what separates random success from sustainable growth. Because building a channel is not about getting one viral video. It's about creating a system where viewers keep coming back, where your content becomes part of their routine, something they expect, something they trust. There's also a shift in how you start thinking about content, because instead of focusing on individual videos, you start thinking in terms of series, themes, and continuity, creating a connected experience rather than isolated uploads. Because when viewers see a pattern, when they recognize a format, they're more likely to stay, to explore, to watch more, and this increases not just your views, but your overall watch time, which is one of the most powerful signals for growth. But here's where things get more strategic. Monetization is not just about earning money, it's about understanding value, because every successful channel provides something valuable, whether it's information, entertainment, inspiration, or a combination of all three. And once you understand what value you're offering, you can start building around it, optimizing your content in a way that not only attracts viewers but also retains them, because retention is the foundation of monetization. There's a common mistake that many creators make at this stage, focusing too much on revenue too early, trying to monetize before they've built a strong foundation. And this often leads to frustration, because monetization is a result, not a starting point. It comes from consistency, from trust, from delivering value over time. And when you rush this process, you risk losing the very audience you're trying to build. And then comes the deeper understanding of audience behavior, where you start seeing patterns in what your viewers like, what they respond to, what keeps them engaged. And this insight allows you to refine your content, to double down on what works while gradually improving what doesn't. And this process of continuous optimization is what transforms average channels into high-performing ones. There's also a hidden layer of growth that happens behind the scenes. Your workflow, your efficiency, your ability to create content faster without compromising quality. Because as you grow, consistency becomes more demanding. And the only way to sustain it is by building systems, by simplifying your process, by eliminating unnecessary steps, and focusing only on what truly matters. At this point, you also start realizing the importance of branding, not just visually, but emotionally. Because people don't just subscribe to content, they subscribe to personalities, to voices, to perspectives, and this means that your tone, your style, your way of presenting ideas becomes part of your identity, something that differentiates you from others even if you're talking about similar topics. But growth also brings new challenges, new levels of doubt, new expectations. Because as your channel grows, so does the pressure to maintain that growth, to keep performing, to keep delivering. And this can create a cycle where you feel like every video has to be better than the last. And while improvement is important, perfection is not, because chasing perfection often leads to hesitation, delays, and burnout. And as you move through this phase, you begin to understand something that most people never fully grasp. Success on platforms like this is not about one big moment. It's about many small moments, consistent effort, continuous learning, and the ability to adapt, because the platform evolves, trends change, audiences shift, and the creators who succeed long-term are the ones who evolve with it, who stay flexible, who stay aware, and who never stop improving.